Yes, my peeps, welcome back again to the Downers Food and Lifestyle channel. This is where we do some real cooking. When I say cooking, I mean like real article Jamaican cooking. So today we're gonna be doing some rundung. We got the dutchie, yeah, and we got the other pot. All right, this is not the regular pot, but you know we'll work with that. So right now, what we're gonna do is that we're gonna set up the pot and now for work the coconut. Alright, so we're gonna turn that on, get a little bit of oil in it, just a little. Alright, I'm gonna do my very famous thing, which is to burn the curry that I'm gonna be putting in there. So I'm making it slightly different. But here what? Instead of using curry, we're gonna use what is called turmeric. Alright, so we're gonna make that hot. And we're gonna turn this on and let that run because we're gonna do some food thing over here. So other than that, so we're gonna be using our two seasoning. Alright, the main ingredient season is the Aunt May 13 blend. Alright, when I say Aunt May 13 blend, you can check the link for CD concept and apparel. You will find it on the condiments on there. Alright, it's an all-purpose seasoning, no sauce in it. You can reach out, we'll let you have your copy, let you have your own. Alright, so here we're gonna get some stuff that we're gonna be using. Alright, so now this is eat up on thing. So while that go and eat up, we'll get some other stuff going. Alright, so that's that. Alright, we'll get the spoon. We never get that yet. So we'll get the spoon, we'll get the water thing. Drop the spoon in there. And the thing. Alright. So water for the spoon is there. Here we are, back again. Alright. So now that this eat up and do it thing, we're now going to do the dashing technique. You know what the dashing technique is? The dashing technique is when you throw some water in it and you go pop, 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 pop. That for test if the oil is hot. So we're not do that. We're going to drop some turmeric in. Alright. Basically, turmeric is an ultimate way of getting a little bit of thing in your body. Have a little bit of vitamins and minerals in your body. Right? So that's why we use turmeric. Don't really have to use it, but I do. Alright? So I am working with a thing what they call, a thing what them say, a word I don't like to claim. So there goes the dashing technique. A word that I use them say diabetic. But we're working with it, we're eating healthy and we're doing with stuff. Alright? So right now, what we're gonna do, now that burn up on thing, we're gonna cut a tin of coconut milk. And there are several reasons why I don't like to use coconut milk in from a tin. I like buying the coconut and putting it in myself. Reason being, I can use a bit of the coconut, a bit of the coconut trash. So with that, we'll cover that down. We'll make that get into a boiling stage where it get to custard type. So when that get to custard type, then we move on to the other context. Let's get the trash out the way. Get the seasoning out the way. So we're gonna move on to now. We're gonna move on to something with them call name the dumpling. So we're gonna make the dough for the dumpling. Alright. Making the dough for the dumpling. I need dumplings. I don't eat this thing a lot, but when I do, I want to get my dumpling on. Let me leave this out so I can get something in here. Just in case. We're gonna pop a little salt in. And do the hand measurement. That's too much. So we're gonna use that amount. Alright. Bust that amount. That's going on doing the thing. Alright, this and do it thing too. So now we're gonna do a thing. We're gonna mix up the salt in this thing to get it evenly spread. Even though we're gonna drop the water into it. You know what? I need some more flour. Need a little bit more flour. There you go. A little bit more flour. There. Get that thing here so we can get some water into this. So right now we're making the flour. Don't want to make it too soft. Don't want to make it too hard, because this is boiled dumpling, not fried dumplings. This thing is boiling already, kicking up rumpus. See the pot going on. So we want to boil that into a custard. We don't want to get it all too hyper already. We just want to get it going. Alright. So here, go mix the flour batter. Mix the flour batter to get the nice consistency of the dumpling. And like I was taught, you don't start putting your hands, dip your hand in the flour right away. Alright, I use a fork. In English terms, fork, to mix it. In Jamaican terms, fork, F-A-K-E, no, F-A-U-K, sorry. We got to spell fake instead of fuck. Alright, so here we are. We have it to a pliable consistency. There you go. So now that is kind of together. So we get that all of that. So now we start the kneading process. This is where you put the kneading in. but my arm is still not as 100% as yet, so we're gonna have to push into it to get it going. So we're kneading up the flour. So that's boiling up. We gotta get it down on a lower temperature. Even though it was low, gotta get it down even much lower. Because what we want is a custard, not boiling coconut milk. Alright, so all that's in this is salt, flour, and water, 3 ingredients. So we're kneading it down. Just like that. So this is dinner. Frankly, you know what? Let me cut another tin of coconut milk. Cause this ain't look like it coconut milk. Look like you're begging for stuff to work. So I'm gonna drop another can of coconut milk in. Because that's the real part of this thing that we're doing. So we're dropping another coconut milk in, and let that work its way. Alright. So main thing at all time, anything you get from the store in a can, always make sure you wash the can off before you use it. So yeah, we're needing the dumpling. Right then, kind of a bit taking too much of a hit lately. And I think I'm gonna have to change my pot. I think so. I think I'm gonna have to change the pot. So now that mix, we can take this and put it up. Like I said before, that was only 3 ingredients. Those ingredients are flour, salt, and water. And this is gonna be boiled dumpling. Just like that, voila, that's done. So now, gonna cover up this right there, and we're gonna get what is called squash. So that's why we're gonna have to get another pot. Gonna have to get the other pot. The other pot is right above. So we're getting that. Alright. Now that the other part is down, gonna wash. Get some water in it. Okay, so now that we get our water in it, we can slip this bad boy on here and throw that bad boy in there. Just like that. Change spots. Alright. Let's see how this is doing. Yeah, that looking a little bit better. Turn up a little bit more heat. Alright, so let's get the cutting. So we're gonna work just a quarter of this squash. Squash is like pumpkin. Squash is like pumpkin. So the squash, we're gonna peel the squash, get the skin off. Get the skin off the squash. The skin off the squash. The squashes have the same pumpkin family as it is said. So we grab all of that. Get it out the way in the garbage. Like I've said before, would have loved to have a composting thing where I could show all that, but right now that's okay. So I'm gonna cut up this bad boy. Thing with this is that we're going to put the dumplings in first, and then put this in like about 15 minutes after. Put the dumpling in because we don't want a pumpkin to get too soft. Pumpkin is not the pumpkin, the squash. We don't want to get it too mushy. We just want to get it nice and easy. So we did our pre-prep most of this work already. It's a pumpkin right now. We're gonna take this and put this in the fridge. Alright, let's check out and see what this is going with right now. Get this out the way. Back over there. Wipe top of the counter. Let's see how the blood I run wild. So I like that. What it's doing, start building up around the side. Get it up a little bit more. Check this stuff. And we're gonna add some salt to this. This is sea salt also, and it's a little bit lighter. But you know, I still don't want to use a lot to it. Alright, so this is going on right now. And like I said, we're doing rundown, Jamaican rundown. Let me not flare my hand like this. You know who does that? Alright, so yeah, this is Jamaican rundown. So this is what we're gonna do. Anyway, you can tell the difference in mine. Mine them huge. Like that small. Alright. So yeah. So while that is boiling in, if you look, you can see around the sides where that effect is getting right there. So what's in this thing, it's cabbage, coconut milk, seasoning, and some mackerel. Originally we use salt mackerel in Jamaica, but I like my mackerel fresh because I do a lot of different stuff with my mackerel. I don't buy the mackerel in a tin anymore, so I make my own sauce and do my mackerel in thick ketchup sauce. I'm gonna show you one of that. I'm gonna put that on one of these days. But for now, we're getting this going. So we're gonna come back to that. All right.